What's up, guys? Welcome to. Oh, do you know what? I can't stand YouTubers who say, "What's up, guys?" Anyway, they're just copying off the Americans, and I'm not American, so there you go. I just wanted to do that to take the piss. Anyway, I'm sat here in Wellingborough, nothing else to do. So I thought I'd introduce you to this book here. It's called The Essential Noob Trucker's Handbook. And the new bit refers to new drivers, not just it's a new book, and it is a new book. It's by Malcolm Green. It's on Amazon. That's the cover. So the lighting there is a bit naff. I've got all the lights on, it's just not very bright. Yeah, that's the cover there. I'll put a link in the description below. I think this is going to be fantastic for new drivers. Now, I'm not promoting this because I've been paid for it or anything like that. I'm promoting it because I think it's a really good book. And I'll just go through some of the things it has on it. And this is what I'm going to be basing season 4 on, mostly. No, I'm not going to take everything from this book and just put it on YouTube because it was kind of the whole point of having a book. I mean, it'd fill my video channel, my channel up, but not really wanting to do that. See, with this, I can just grab it. I'll leave it in the lorry. I can just grab it. I'll just go through some of the things that it actually has in there, why I think it's good as well. Okay, I mean these are pretty basics, but road signs. I mean these are all ones specific to a HGV driver. You've got your hazards. Let's have a look here. Paper tachograph. How many new drivers have seen those? I have, because that's when they were still out when I passed my test. Most trucks still had them, but it actually explains what it actually all means, so you can actually understand it. It's like if I need to do a manual entry, I can either do it on this card here, or I can do it when I get back to the yard. If say I've lost the card or something, whatever, something happened to it, and go back to the yard, pick up one of these, and fill it in. And I know how to fill it in. Well, I know how to do it anyway, but this just reminds me that what I need to do on it, basically. It's got, let's have a look at this paragraph there. It's questions, this one. And it gives you the answer in red. So it doesn't make you, don't guess it or anything like that. So let's have a look here. Let's find a quick question. One that some of you may or may not know. Trying to find one that's not dead obvious that most truck drivers are going to go, yeah, I know that, and that's what it is. Here's one for you. Pick two answers. Who's responsible for the vehicle if found overloaded? Who is responsible? Is it you? Okay, the answers are possible answers. 4 answers. A, the company. B, the loader. C, the driver. And D, the shunter. It's 2 answers you can pick on that one. But I mean, it's stuff like that you'll read that and like, oh well, I didn't know that. So I like this book. You've got the pre-employment examination questions. Basically, that's just all the questions they usually ask. I think that is that section, actually. Yeah, it is. That section is called pre-employment examination questions, which is they do actually. If you go to an agency, a lot of these questions are the ones they'll ask. Like most of them are going to be like on your rest time and your working times and stuff like that. But yeah. What else have we got? Umbrella companies. It even tells you about umbrella companies. I've not read this section, but I can tell you now, stay away from umbrella companies. They're awful and rip you off. Stay away. Okay, let's have a look. We've got tells you about the CPC, ADR. I never knew that's what ADR stood for. Well, let's see if any of you know what it stands for, and it's probably not something that you think. So European agreement, blah blah blah. Wow. It's got French in the words. Well, they are French words. Okay, yeah, it goes on to explaining trailers, what each individual ones are, what they're called. and it's all quite easily planned. This easily done. Eco driving, so as I said, save fuel. Maximum vehicle laden weights. A simplified guide to lorry types and weights. It tells you there. But what I think this is referring to as well is, you can't really see it on this camera because I'm using the camera on the computer, and it's not. I don't think it's in HD or anything like that. But it's referring to, like, it's showing a picture of a tractor and trailer, and it's referring to, yeah, it is. It's referring to how many axles it's got versus what the weight for that vehicle typically is. So you know offhand. So you have to actually tie stuff down properly, how it should be done. Split boxes, automatics, scan your range changes. Now, I think I've driven everything on this page. I've used all of those. That one there, that was a pain in the ass because I never knew how to drive that before I did. See, the one I learned on was this one. That's what I learned to drive on. So you slap it. That's what the touch of the hand is doing that for. Slap box. What else have we got? Goes into depth of the torque liners and how to use them properly. And you might just think, yeah, you pull curtain, it's done, but it's not really. There's more information you need to know. Triaxle reefers. Now there's one of them parked just over there. I think the fridge has just turned itself off, but I hope he's not staying here tonight. I really do, because if he is, I'm gonna move or unplug his fridge, switch his fridge off. No, I couldn't do that. So what else have we got on here? Key safe, lock and dock. Now a lot of you won't have heard about this before now, if you're not a lorry driver, that is. So basically, it's to do with putting your vehicle on a dock. Basically, so a lot of that is just, to do with safety. So drivers don't drive off, and there's people in the back. And what I've heard a story of a driver's driven away from the dock on a red light. So they've shouted, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa!" He stopped. In the meantime, somebody who was halfway between the trailer and the dock has fallen between the trailer and the dock. He then immediately starts reversing back to the dock, and obviously you can guess the rest what happened. So it's quite a big thing, the safety on loading bays. Some of them even make you, well, with the key one there, for what I believe, I've not actually done it myself, but what I believe is, what you get out of the cab, you go to the back, you put the key in something, it then opens the shutter doors, and I think the key stays there then until you're ready to go. Something like that anyway. You can't basically, you can't go when they're not finished. So yeah. Maneuvering shows you the maneuvering for Arctics. Let me can see that properly. As I say, the light in here is a bit naff. It does go into depth as well, quite a lot of the stuff. I've done a video on this, but tail lifts. And also pump trucks, food cages, how to safely have stuff loaded in the trailer, and how to fill the gaps and stuff like that, what you can use. That's loading and unloading. Goes into depth about coupling. What else have we got? Uncoupling procedures. So that's that, because see, the thing is with me now, I've passed my class 1 and I've not done it since. So uncoupling procedure. I can quickly look at this before I get out, just to have it in my head, think, yeah, that's right. Or I can get back in and think, do you know what, I'm not sure if I've done something, I'm sure there's something wrong. Just go through this and it's done. Got coupling procedure there as well. Coupling procedure split. What's this we've got here? Transport sheets. Oh, your working time basically, how to fill in a timesheet. Vehicle check. These are all the stuff that you should do in a vehicle every day. It might be good for you as well if you don't already have one. I mean, I have them in this. I don't know where it is. I fill one in every day in here. It's similar to this, slightly different layout. Maybe it's not got all these on there, but he doesn't need all these on the one I've got because it's polyphoratic this. But if you're an agency, it's worth photocopying that. Have a few copies with you, and then when you go to an agency, or if you go to a yard, and they don't have any of these sheets in the vehicle, you can fill it in. Even if you think, well, there's no point because if they don't have it in there, what's the point in me bringing my own? But if they turn around and say, well, it's damage to that, you can go, well, yeah, I spotted that this morning. That's when I wrote it down here. All right, yeah, kind of thing, you know. Or if there's a defect, yeah, if there's a defect on it, and they say you've done it, based on what I've just said, really. Vehicle checks, it's got the pictures there as well, so where the oil usually is, and pretty obvious really, but you know, it's height adjuster correct and all that stuff. Safety checklist. Oh, shift checklist. That's quite good. I'll go through some of this with you now, not all of it. Digicard, that's the main thing you need. Well, one of them anyway. Manual entry, which is the one, manual entry statutory for 15 minutes. Okay, so that means when you get in, stationary, sorry. So when you get in, you put your card in, you don't move for 15 minutes. Why don't you move for 15 minutes? Because you're doing your daily check. And the reason it's 15 minutes is because if you get stopped by VOSA, you've just jumped in your lorry and drove off in the morning, they'll say, you done your daily check? And you say, yeah. I filled in the daily check sheet, and they say, well, what time did you do that? Because it's according to your card, you got in and drove off. So either put your card in and leave it on other work for 15 minutes, which I do most of the time, or sometimes if I get talking to another driver, I'll get in the wagon and I'll do a manual entry to say I started 15, 10, 12, whatever minutes ago, and that way it'll keep clocking over as other work, so they can actually see you've not just jumped in and drove off. Bay green, bay light, is it green? Well, we don't have them at our work, but you know. Trailer height, mine's not adjustable, obviously, because it's fixed. Mine says 13 foot, and it's right there. It's also it's 13 foot and 3,965 millimeters. It's in imperial metric. Make sure your height indicator. A lot of the times you'll get a box like that, and it's got two little windows with your height. You'll have 12 foot 6 or whatever like that. So, and if it sets to something silly, and you look at the wagon, and you think that's not right, just check the height of the vehicle, and then put the correct height in if it's not the correct one. But it also must be on display as well. It must be in the vehicle. In the Mercs, they're usually above the driver up here or on that side. Some of them underneath the bed. So if you can't see it, just have a quick look around for it. It will be somewhere. Where did I work? I worked for PJH doing stuff for B&Q, and I got in one of the Mercs. It didn't have the height indicator. Straight back into office, said, have you got an height indicator? Yeah, there you go. What height is it? Hold on, I'll find out for you. Bang. And that's just me covered then, you know. If I hit a bridge because it's the wrong height, I've queried it with them, they've checked it. That's what I've been told, that's what I've been given. Okay, sat nav? Probably. There you go, this is some of the things. And then you've got tacho. Easy different symbols on your tacho unit. So the top one there means you're driving. That one is other work, which means you're working but you're not driving. That one is period of availability, POA. I think they use, it does tell you on here, but I think a POA needs to be pre-arranged. So, so you're going to you're going to pick up a loading bay, and you know you're going to be there for 3 hours minimum. And it's guaranteed it's going to be 3 hours, whatever. Then you put yourself on POA, which means you are available for work, but you're not working. I think it resets. I think it resets your driving time after 45 minutes, but I never use it. Never needed to. And then that one there, which I always thought was the letter H for a long time, and wondered why it had a letter H for bed, for rest, but it's actually a bed symbol. Mock-up of new driver shifts. Okay. Oh right. Okay. So I understand what this is doing. Now this is, so if you go to a shift somewhere, this is some of the stuff that will happen. You report to transport office, number 1. Fill in paperwork provided. Q&A, self-explanatory. Typical questions. Last shift date, start times, finish, POA, blah blah blah. Office staff will take a photocopy of your license, CPC and digicard. Pretty standard. Hand over the keys to the driver, driver's sheet, addresses, and blah blah blah. These will tell you anything you need to know. Vehicle checks. What else have we got? I'm going through this backwards, so I'm missing bits out here. Driver's rules, tips and advice. Driver's hours rules, sorry, tips and advice. So it's got some good stuff in here. So this, because I like this book, this is what it's also shows you how to use a digital tacho as well, and what it actually means, how to do a manual entry. So I'm gonna pick stuff out of here and do a couple of videos from this book, and so you got here, I'll go through some of the chapters here that they've got. There is 25, so it's quite comprehensive. Chapter 1, tacho and digicard. Chapter 2, official working time regulations, WTR. Chapter 3, driver's hours rules. Chapter 4, mock-up of new driver shifts, which I just mentioned a minute ago. Chapter 5, mandatory vehicle checks. 6, example of driver's transport sheet. Coupling procedures, Chapter 7. Chapter 8, loading and unloading. Chapter 9, manoeuvring. 10, key safe, lock on dock. Chapter 11, reefer trailers and taut liners, which is a refrigerated trailer and a curtain sider. 12 is gearboxes. Roping and sheeting is 13. Maximum laden vehicle weights, or vehicle laden weights, is 14. Environmentally friendly fuel saving driving, Chapter 15. I'm guessing none of you are interested in that, because I'm sure you'll just be like, foot to the floor, I want to get there. Unless you want a fuel bonus, in which case might be worth reading. What else have we got? 16, trailers used in the UK in the haulage industry today. Chapter 17, ADR. 18, Mineral Products Qualification Council, MPQC. I don't know what that is. Umbrella companies. Boo. Pre-employment examination questions, which I just mentioned earlier. Chapter 21 is jobs at a glance. 22, jobs abroad. 23, optional electrical equipment. So I'm guessing that's sat navs, kettles, and stuff like that. I did quickly read that before actually. 24, useful information. 25 is the last chapter, and that's first aid and driver fatigue. Fatigue is a big one actually. Every driver gets fatigue or tired. So yeah, if you want me to go through one of these chapters in a video, let me know and I will do that video as soon as possible. I'm aiming to do maybe one a week out of this, and then fill in maybe a couple of videos, just doing my general day-to-day work. As I say, I'll put a link to the description, a link in the description below for this, which is on Amazon. Might be in bookshops, I'm not sure. But yeah, there you go. And I think I said it was Colin this on the video, the last video, but it's Malcolm Green. And I think he's, where's he said it? He said I think he's got like 20 odd years experience. It does say somewhere. Oh, he's been for 18 years. So the camera stopped for some reason then. Yeah, and he explains why he's done this and what it actually covers. And it actually covers LGV Class 1, which is C and E, 2, which is C, and 3, which is C1, and PSVs, which is I think they have to call PCVs now, but public service vehicle, public conveyance vehicle. It's a bus. Yeah, it covers some of those as well. On the, I think that's referring to the CPCs. So let me know, and I will be. Oh, excuse me. Good job you can't smell because that's garlic. Yeah, so let me know in the comments below, and I'll whatever I get the most of is the first one I'll do for you. I may actually start one of these tomorrow. Do a video on these tomorrow. You might not get that till after, or you might get it before the one you tell me about on this video. But I'm just going to do one anyway, just to get the ball rolling. And if you pick another one first, I'll probably upload the other one as well first. Then at the back, it's just got a few pictures of a few lorries, different lorries and stuff. So Kenworth in there as well. Peterbilt. Some old lorries there, some nice ones. So I'm getting carried away. Anyway, right, I'm going to close this video now, and yeah, I'm wearing shorts in case you're wondering. I'm going to close this video now, and I'll see you on the next one. Just let me know what you want from the book. Okay, see you next time.